Good morning. It's Tuesday, December 5th. It's been crazy, right? Market's been hot. All of our picks have been working out very, very well. Today, it's Tuesday, December 5th. So 3 p.m. today, we're interviewing the CEO, Dario, DREO, exclusively in our community. Let me just show you briefly how to get there. When you open up the app, click on the calendar icon and scroll down. There it is at the bottom. Drio CEO interview. We got to clean these up. I haven't been doing these other events here that I used to do. They both say postponed. So we'll have to think about that. But in any case, today, that's where you get it. Click on the calendar icon, scroll down. It's a Zoom to enter the Zoom. So if you hit watch, it opens your Zoom app. It should. Yep. Opens your Zoom app and then you put the code in. All right. So that's that. That'll be at 3 p.m. Now, let's look at the macro look first. TLT, wow, pre-market, it's up 1%. You got to be kidding me. Yes, it is. Holy smokes. RK can freaking fly today. It's down 0.6%. This could be an opportunity. I'm not like a industry trader, and I'm not going to give predictions out on that, but let's just say risk is on. Okay, risk is still on. Everything's above the key moving average. Plenty of room above. Look at that, room to $97 on TLT. So I think things are pretty stable, looking good. Very good for stock picking and risk assets. All right. Man, Bitcoin, did we ever call that, man? That spike after that 38,000 break that we're looking at. So Bitcoin, I don't know if it's going to keep going straight up. I still think we're heading to 48,000 or so. Yesterday, I re-entered a little bit of iron because it was the only crypto play that was down. It was down pretty sharply, even as Bitcoin was rebounding in the late afternoon. So I picked up a little bit more of that, but mostly I'm in the ETF BITO. Okay, well, I guess it's not an ETF, whatever it is. Okay, it is an ETF. I don't know. I don't even know the technicality of what they're trying to do with the new ETF. All right. In any case, still bullish Bitcoin long term. Now, there are not many catalysts out there today. All right. So we're going to talk about a couple catalysts for Drio and CRISPR. You see it at the top of the list. We'll talk about a catalyst for uranium, which came out yesterday afternoon, I believe. And everything else is just going to be continuation. So we're going to look at support and resistance levels on Lantheus, Teladoc, Carvana, PayPal, Roku, Celsius, Enphase, Air, Gold. All right. Maybe we'll talk about VTSI a little bit. So we'll look at all those charts. But as far as catalysts, let's talk about CRISPR. Now, CRISPR, apparently this came out yesterday afternoon. CRISPR Therapeutics gene-edited oncology pipeline to focus on expanded use in autoimmune diseases. This is how I look at this. I don't care what this means fundamentally. I only care what this means sentiment-wise. All right, when you see this headline coming out, expanded use, okay, and it's ahead of the PDUFA date, which, man, I still need someone's help. I believe it was December 8th, but if someone can verify if it's, I just want to make sure it's not December 7th. Okay, I think it's this Friday. So we have this event anticipation play, right? We've been talking about CRISPR. End of last week, we said CRISPR could be a good play Monday through Thursday. So now we have this event anticipation, all right, into the Friday FDA decision. And now you stack on this catalyst of expanded use. So this just gets people excited in terms of their TAM, right? They have their pipeline, expanded use. They may get this approval on Friday. So this is just fuel on the fire. If you had any concerns that, hey, this rally may not actually happen because we already had a big move in the UK approval, well, I think this catalyst helps that to occur. Look at this chart, is beautiful too. So we got to break 76.19. Look at this beautiful move up here back towards, okay, so let's check out these candles. Top of these candles, 73.55, 70. So about 73.50 would be your next resistance, 73.55, then 76.19. And maybe we'll be lucky enough to get to 79.78 before their approval on Friday. Also, apparently, their drug was approved. I didn't see it in the news feeds, but someone dropped it into a WhatsApp for me. Bahrain approves Exocel. It's a YouTube link, so I haven't had a chance to look at it. But apparently there is an approval in Bahrain. All right, so catalysts continue to stack for CRISPR right at the top of our list. All right, Drio, we got the CEO interview at 3 p.m. We called this for you last week. I forgot what it was. I guess it was a chart breakout over the 20 DMA, risk on, combination of also the Aetna launch coming on January, supposedly, and also it was right after they got another catalyst of an employer. There were multiple. Do you remember this early last week? And we called it, and we said, hey, all we got to do, the two levels I gave you was 133 and then 2. Now that 2 we're dropping. That 2 is now down to 195 because that's the declining 50-day moving average. That's the target, the declining 50-day moving average, okay? So it's been on a tear since. So congrats if you followed that pick. So this morning they got another contract, and it's not in this app for some reason. Oh wait, nope, it's not in Webull. Well, guess what? This one is in story trading. So you can see it here. Drio, large employer, won GLP-1 VIP interview today at 3 p.m. Okay, you can see it there right on the feed, or if Drio's on your watch list, or if you type in Drio, then you can get into the news feed over here for Drio and inside of our app. Okay. So GLP-1 is big deal. National employer, big deal. What else is a big deal? It starts January 2024, which is a month from now. So, okay. So if you had any doubt or concern that, hey, I don't know if this is really going to go to the 50 DMA, I think this is going to help it very much so go to the 50 DMA. Now, I got some pointed questions for the CEO of Dario at 3 p.m. today. Oh, look at that huge bid in pre-market on Dario. Someone's trying to buy 32,000 shares right now at 159. And this is a low volume stock, man. 32,000 shares. I may have to set some of my sell orders in the 190s because I had intended to sell some around that 50 DMA. In fact, I think I'm going to do that right now because this thing can really fly potentially right out of the gate. We could get to the 180s, 190 area this morning, possibly. So let me see. I think I'm just going to sell only like 20% of my shares. Okay, so let me just put this order in for today. All right. Okay. That order is in for Drio. All right. So Drio in play. CRISPR in play. Bitcoin plays in play. Now, uranium. I missed something on uranium. Oh, not that I missed it. It just happened. I think it happened during the day. Well, I guess I didn't put it in the chat either, so I kind of missed it. But all right. So uranium. There was a catalyst yesterday. I don't have the original article here. I did see it floating around Twitter, though. 20 plus countries signed historic agreement to triple nuclear energy by 2050. All right. So that fueled a rally in uranium to all time highs, especially the spot physical uranium, the actual uranium price. So, uranium price, okay, I believe was at all time highs, and uranium itself, URNM, the ETF, also right at all time highs. Okay, very close to all time highs there. So uranium, it always been in play. I own it in my IRA. I think the best, if you want individual stocks, I'd go CCJ, UUU are probably the best. These three are probably the best way to play it. Uranium, CCJ, UU, UU. Okay. If you're not in it already, maybe time to think about it, but to hold it long term. All right. Because we are at a peak. It could always pull back. I might look for ways to add some to my position on that news. That's big news. All right. Let's go. CRISPR, Drio, Bitcoin, uranium. All right. After that, I don't have any news. All right. Everything else here is just going to wait. When is Carvana earnings? Hold on. We got to be careful of Carvana earnings. I still have some. Hold on. Let's see if we can find out when Carvana earnings are. I know. I'm pretty sure it's this week. So, okay. We're on Tuesday. EXT is today after the market closes. That's going to be interesting. AI play. All right, Wednesday, Chewy after the market close, GameStop after the market closes. Really, AI after tomorrow is interesting. Lots of interesting things going on tomorrow. ChargePoint, Lovesac, familiar with a lot of these companies. Wow. All right, then we have Thursday, Lululemon. Wow, after the market closed, I thought earnings season was finished. I guess not. DocuSign, Smartsheet. All right, so where's Carvana? Someone throw it in chat if you know when Carvana earnings are. I swear I thought it was this week. Am I wrong, or was it GameStop? You know what? It must have been GameStop. It's GameStop. That's what was driving GameStop. I'm sorry, I was wrong about Carvana. It's GameStop. I don't know how to look estimated earnings dates on Webull. I knew where it was in TD. Let me see if it's here. Oh, it is here. Next earnings, roughly February. Okay, no Carvana earnings. That's great. It's GameStop earnings. Was that tomorrow after the close? Hold on. Oops. What happened here? Sorry. All right. So, in any case, GameStop could impact. It could impact. Here it is now. GameStop is Wednesday. Wednesday after the close. That could potentially impact Carvana. So something to keep an eye on. All right. All right. So the rest of these, I don't have any particular catalyst. So a very light catalyst day. All right. We got a little something out of CRISPR, nice something out of Drio, little something out of uranium yesterday. Everything else, we've covered the catalyst recently, right? Lantheus with the buyout speculation, Teladoc with the hopefully moving average break, and Cathie Woods been buying stock. Carvana, risk on PayPal, potential the tailwinds of Affirm, buy now, pay later, plus crypto. Roku, I don't know what the catalysts are on that one. Just following the chart, big breakout. Celsius just freaking under. VTSI with great earnings, been going up since the earnings report. We had that call. I think we called like 850 to 9 imminent target after earnings, but it took a while. It took about a month to actually get there. Then Enphase trying to make a big breakout. Air really undervalued here, not playing with a ON, not moving with ON like it usually does on semi. Got a 28 target on it. Let's look at these charts. Okay, it's 914. Lantheus. All right, let's see. Lantheus, what we got going on. Okay, target, I think we gave this to yesterday. 50-day moving average, 200-day moving average at 77.13. Beautiful chart. Oh my gosh. And this is fundamentally very cheap. That's the second pillar. All right. Also, a bunch of analysts coming out with $100 price targets. I saw one with a 120 price target yesterday, I believe. So let me see if it's this one. All right. But there's $120 price targets coming out on Lantheus. All right. I like this one for a swing. Just beware of potential resistance at the 200 DMA, 77.13. Then you get into this gap. And if you break that gap, what's the top of this gap here? 77.45. Then you can make a move to $82. 77 to 82. That's beautiful. See that W pattern? It's just got to break that 200. Beautiful chart. Good fundamentals. Very cheap. Lots of catalysts. Positive sentiment in the space with M&A going on. All right. Lantheus right up there at the top. Teladoc. This stock has just been in the gutter. People are waiting for a turnaround here. Let me look at the weekly. The weekly, the 50 week would be nice to break. That's a 23.45. Let's look at the daily. We're above the key moving averages on the daily. All right, this is what we need to do. We need to break the high of the other day, which is 1932. If you break 1932, you know what? It's not even like sky blue. It's got a lot of work to do. But if you break 1932, you can make your way over to like 2060. And then hopefully towards the 200-day moving average. Okay, so Teladoc, that's on watch for a breakout with Cathie Woods increasing her stake in that recently. Carvana, look, I think if we hold 38.82 on the weekly by the end of this week, 38.82 by the end of this week, all right, we could be making a move to the mid-50s. I think I gave you that target yesterday, or I did in the chat room. All right, mid-50s possible on Carvana, but watch out for GameStop earnings. We want to make sure GameStop stays above all its key moving averages after the earnings report. Okay, I know it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense. Okay, so something to watch over there. All right, Carvana, potential big move to the mid-50s in the near term if risk continues to stay on and if GameStop breaks out and has a short squeeze. So Carvana in play. PayPal been frustrating. I was kind of anticipating a breakout here. Didn't really get it on the BNPL. The sympathy with Affirm and sympathy with crypto. All right, that's the play here. Let me move to the daily. All right, it is above the key moving averages. The daily, let's see, 60-20. It did even break 60-20. Maybe this is just slowly grinding higher because one thing, this is a new closing high in this period right here. And did it actually break this gap? 60.31, 60.38. It's into this gap, but that only takes it to 60.81 next. Let's look at the weekly. So the 50-week moving average, 67. Okay, I think that's that's what I want. This is my, I don't know that I'm going to get it, but that's what I want. I want to see this move towards the 50-week moving average. You see, got rejected there before. When it broke the 20, got rejected at broke the 20. It did that multiple times, actually. Pretty interesting. See that? Broke the 20 right here, got to the 50. Broke the 20, got to the 50. Let's break the 20 and get to the 50. It's 67. All right. But it's got some work to do. What's the closely coincides with the 200-day moving average at 65 or so? So PayPal on watch. Again, a little bit frustrating and a little bit surprised it wasn't pumping more together when we see those surges in Affirm and we see the surges in Bitcoin. I've been kind of expecting PayPal to have a little more oomph behind it, but it hasn't. So it's more grinding its way up. We'll have to see if that play works out. All right. Roku, I really don't know anything about the stock. I don't know any catalyst. I don't really follow it, but I just got to admit, this chart looks freaking fire. All right. Let's move to the weekly on this. Look at that. It broke this recent high right here at 50. No, what is that? 98.44. So it broke 98.44. And to me, this is sky blue, man. This is sky blue till like 130s. And maybe eventually it makes it over to 170. I know that sounds crazy, but then if you go back, you see this was at 590. Maybe it's at 490. Maybe it's not so crazy. All right. So I got a small position in Roku. I'm swinging common shares. Celsius just under breakout. Let's see what the levels are that to really kind of trigger this. 50-day something, but it failed on a 50-day DMA breakout before, so maybe not so reliable. Let's go to the weekly. And what can I tell you? You know what? I think this is just one of those things. I believe it's undervalued, even though I know the PE is very high. Okay, I get it. Forward PE is 68, but they're growing very fast. All right, the PEG ratio is probably below 1. Where can I look up the PEG? It's not on here. Let me see if I can get it real quick from Yahoo Finance on the PEG ratio on Celsius. All right. Celsius. It's been a while since I've used Yahoo Finance. Let's see. They used to have the PEG. Do they not have it anymore? All right, 1 second. Where would I get it? Under... Oh, yeah, here it is. No, they don't have it. Let me check YCharts. All right, let's see if YCharts has it. I mean, they have that field, but for some reason it says NA. Why would it be NA? It doesn't make sense. All right, let's see. Celsius. And we're going to go to our... I know you can't see this right now. Just give me 1 second, and I'll give you the data. So Celsius, we're going to add the PEG ratio. And this is a trailing PEG. I also can give you a forward PEG, but nothing else. Oh, okay, here it is. All right. What? Why is it negative PEG? Hold on, let me try it. Let me try forward PEG. Let's see if this one works. 0.18. That doesn't make sense. This data looks really funny. I'm looking at the chart over at YCharts. It's really funny. You know what? Let's just let's check their EPS. I'll just calculate it myself. This is crazy. All right. Let's go to their EPS. I'm going to go quarterly. And then we're going to do a percent so you can see the percent growth. Wow. All right. You know what? You know why it doesn't have the PEG? Because I think it's calculated on the annual EPS growth, and they didn't have it. Yeah, that's why they didn't have a profit last year. But man, their quarterly growth is insane. Over the past year, their EPS has grown by 122%. So I guess you can say, look, a PE ratio, if it sustains, like if it grows their EPS 100% year over year, you can theoretically, you can have 100 PE, right? So in any case, Celsius has their PE, it is 100. See that? Their trailing PE is 100. See, this kind of matches up nicely. Their trailing PE is 109, and their trailing growth rate over the past year in earnings is 122%, right? So it's kind of priced where it should be. But their forward PE is only 68. All right, so it's not expensive. People think it's expensive. Not expensive. Okay. All right, anyway, we just got to wait. All right, and then VTSI, that's been amazing. I've been selling on the way up just to fund some of the other stuff. It's a new 52-week high we hit. We're all over the earnings report when it came out. If you were here looking at the analysis with us the morning after that, nice little company. They're doing great things. Love the new CEO. they're poised to get a lot of new contracts. By the way, they've been in a lot of conferences recently, and I've noticed the price action has been very strong immediately following their conference participation. Seems they're wowing some people at these demos and conferences. All right, so that's VTSI. Enphase, this is, I kind of put this in the category of Roku, all right, where it's really just a chart play. I mean, this is all about interest rates dropping. The whole solar industry has had difficulty financially because interest rates are high, and it's been tough getting business. We're in the gap already on Enphase. So we're in the gap already. 115 is the next immediate target on Enphase. And then you'll see it has much more room to the upside after that. 130, 150. We'll take it step by step. No particular catalyst. It's just the macro situation changing and interest rates dropping. And then Air, still looking for 28. Basically, I want to get into this gap right there because that's where onsemi's at. All right. I'm going to badger CEO of Air a little bit more. I'm in touch with them. Is just thinking about the timing of when would be appropriate to do an interview with us. All right. So we'll let you know when that's going to happen, but I'm looking for 28 for that. Might take a catalyst to get there. And you know what? Don't forget about gold. We're all-time highs over here, pulled back. So it was Thursday, the end of the month. It was the highest monthly close ever. And then that market reacted well to that Friday as that hitting here, GLD heading over 200 longer term. All right. So let's see if there's any questions in chat. Don't see anything in chat. Bitcoin over 42,000. Beautiful. So Iron, I picked some up here yesterday at 525. Nice. We're at 544, 543 by 546 in pre-market. So love to see Bitcoin keep on rising. Let's head back to our top pick, see if we can order this stuff. Well, look, Drio, I'm hard pressed to say now's the time to buy Drio at 167. We pounded the table on Drio on earnings day, if you're with us, at 75 cents. Okay. We gave you another buy signal a few days ago at like $1.22. I think it was $1.22 was when it triggered. Yeah, it was this green candle. In the middle of the day on this green candle, we went over the 20 DMA and I put the alert right in the chat. There's a confluence of other things too, not just technicals. So we gave it to you at 75 cents, gave it to you at 122. Am I going to pound the table at 167? No, I'm going to tell you to hopefully you got in already, and we're going to sell in the 190s, okay? At least a portion. All right, so that's the story with Drio, and then we talk to the CEO at 3 p.m., and we'll see what it looks like longer term for this company at that point. So CRISPR, top of the list. Drio, top of the list to sell if it gets towards 190. Bitcoin plays. You know what? I told you the other day, MSTR is going to move almost tick for tick with BITO. So take your pick. If you're bullish Bitcoin, you can go BITO or MSTR, and take your pick in terms of the miners. Okay. We got Mara, Riot, Iron, CLSK, which I know nothing about, and then we have the. You know what? I have to add in here potentially. Let me just see how Mogo's been doing. I haven't looked at this in a long time. Let's add this to crypto. They have a trading platform. Curious. Oh, yeah, it's been running too. All right. So I guess we got to add Mogo down on this list. So lower quality microcap. All right. So CRISPR, Drio, Bitcoin, and Uranium. I told you best ways to play that. Can we see what's in their fund here? Let's see. What is there in their fund? Where would it be? Asset allocation, top 10 holdings, CCJ. I hate that they don't do UEC, DNN, Paladin, which I don't know the ticker. SRUFF is Sprott Physical Uranium Trust. Why don't they do the ticker symbols here? Anyway, you see CCJ is right at the top over there. UEC, interesting. I don't think they have UU over here, but in any case, all right, you get the idea. Some ways to play that longer term. It's 9:27. I'll stick around a little bit, a few minutes after the close. Things have kind of shifted for me personally, for personal reasons, but also because of market conditions. Things have kind of shifted to be a better market for swing trading. Not as important to day trade. Things are holding their gains, they're breaking key levels and keep on going. They're reacting to inflection point news and keep on going. All right. So day trading, a little less emphasis on it. lately, but we'll stick around a little bit after 9:30 to see if there's anything interesting we need to point out over here. And then we'll see you at 3 p.m. after that. So CRISPR, Drio, Bitcoin, uranium plays, and really like the things maybe to watch from a day trading perspective is going to be more if you're into day trading. Be Lantheus, Teladoc, Carvana, PayPal, Roku, Celsius, Enphase, and Air. Let me just move VTSI down a little bit. All right, and we got to keep an eye on gold too. All right, so we could be, looking for breakouts in these. Lantheus, Teladoc, Carvana, PayPal, Roku, Celsius, Enphase, and Air. Yeah, okay. Those right at the top of our list. Looking beautiful. I like those names. And we know our game plan for CRISPR. We're going to sell CRISPR. You know what we can do here? It's 9:28. Let's make sure we know what the PDUFA date is for CRISPR, the exact PDUFA date. Where can I get it? I remember seeing it in the press release. Yep, December 8th. Okay. So the PDUFA date for CRISPR is December 8th. And let's just confirm, make no mistake, that's Friday. Okay. So Thursday, I want to be out of any of my excess risky shares and look at Bitcoin, BITO, must be surging. Yep. Bitcoin's surging into the open right now. Beautiful. All right. So I'll be looking at the crypto list today, see if I want more exposure. We'll look at that maybe as the day progresses. Uranium. It's not. Okay. Uranium. Okay, no, uranium is fine. I think I want to add more uranium, to tell you the truth. Maybe I'll even at some point shift a little Bitcoin into more uranium. Here we go. 9:30, CRISPR, Drio, Bitcoin, uranium. Now I'm interested in some of these too. Lantheus, is TLT still up 1%? It is still up 1%. All right, so I wouldn't be surprised to see risk assets, particularly RK and IWM, turn around today if TLT stays elevated. All right, sea of red on these ones we're following here. Let's go to the top of our list. Drio. Wow, big bidders in Drio, man. Big blocks at 155 and 159. CRISPR. These drops in CRISPR, I think, are opportunities. In fact, I might take advantage of this drop. Let me see if I have any funds available. Here we go on Drio, 170. Beautiful. CRISPR. Where's my CRISPR? Let's see. I'm just trying to buy a little more CRISPR. Come on, Drio. Let's get to 190. Okay, got a little CRISPR. Down 4%, 68.50. Everything else, sea of red. Let's just look at the Macro, it's just a healthy little pullback. Nothing to be worried about. Let's look at this trio. Beautiful. It's getting there. Oh wait, the 50. Hold on, guys. The 50-day moving average has moved down to 191.6. You see that? So got to make some adjustments there to the target. All right. Target is now 191. I didn't realize Webull, they only update those lines after the open. So it's 191 now. 190, okay, is the target. Lower the target a little bit there on Trio. Carvana, what was that key level? 38.75. We got to close over 38.75 this week, and then we can see maybe mid 50s. Oh, Air had an important level to hold. It's the 20 DMA, 24.47. All right, let's try to close above 24.47 today to keep that party going, although the party hasn't really started there to get the party going. So on, still looking good. This still to me indicates a target of $28 or so on Air. Bitcoin looking great. How are these miners doing? Oh, finally. Now, for days, iron was crushing everyone, and now it's underperforming. It just went up way too much, way too fast, I guess. So what do you got? 1% and 2%, except for iron. Come on, PayPal. Zoom into this. Come on. Come on. Shh. Seriously. There we go. All right, that's CRISPR. Bitcoin hanging out at high day. Okay. All right, with that, folks, look at Celsius trying to turn around. All right, I'm going to log off. We'll see at 3 p.m. if there's anything major I see. If there's anything you guys see, any alerts or things breaking down or breaking up, let us know in the chat room. And still really focus on no changes, right? CRISPR, Trio, Bitcoin. That's what we had, the top three. We're going to stick with that. Celsius turning green. I mean, we're watching it, but it's not like it's any kind of near any major breakout level to get excited about, but hopefully that'll just grind its way higher. All right, CRISPR back over 70. Nice buy the dip over there. All right, I'll see you guys at 3 p.m. on Zoom. Take care. Thanks for joining me.